on, everybody? Welcome back to the Midwest Meltdown. Woo!
Who are you?
I don't fucking know anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's been quarantine like day 538 at this point, so I think I'm just gonna start calling myself like, I don't know, Alpha Dog.
You know what's funny
Start
is
making up names.
funny but not funny is if we get to quarantine 500 whenever you just said.
500 and
Yeah. Because it's
Jesus.
really only like day 24.
is it?
Yeah.
That was year 24.
No.
I thought it was the year. What is it now? Oh, that's what we can do. It's year 1. AQ after quarantine.
Yeah. You think it's the year 1999, but we think it's closer to the year 2199. What movie is that from?
I actually don't know.
The Matrix.
Again, I know something I haven't seen.
Well, it doesn't really matter because this is going to be the last podcast we record. You want to know why?
Because I'm a piece of shit.
No.
Who hasn't
because
seen good movies?
NASA discovered a beam of dark energy that came from a black hole,
We're fucked.
traveling at 100 times the speed of light. Oh, wait, just kidding. When you continue to read the article, it was an optical illusion.
I saw that.
And it was only traveling, let's everybody calm down, only traveling at 0.995 times the speed of light. Just under the speed of light, which is just as fast as I can run.
So it wasn't speeding
No.
in space.
Correct.
Good.
You get it. Dude.
Yeah, we're all screwed.
How do you think the world's going to end?
I mean, if I had to like legit pick,
Yeah, that's
I
the
want it to
question.
be fast. I want it to be like
No. I'm not asking you how you want it to end.
No. That's what I'm gonna say. Hold on.
Okay.
I want it to be quick. I want it to be something like either a meteorite just hits dead center.
Well, the quickest thing would be if the sun went.
That's what I'm saying. So like the
supernova.
sun, some kind of solar beam came in and just.
Well, no, I mean the sun will become a supernova.
In one swift movement. Well, how long is that going to take though?
We're at some unfathomable still number of years left.
Yeah, but like if that were to happen and it just explodes and just becomes one swift bomb where you just done in a second.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that. Something that goes quick. I don't want like a 2012 type movie scenario where shit just starts going south and like
2012.
You have like the chance of survival, but like you could also be crushed by a bridge or like drown or something.
Crushed by a bridge.
There's like that
troll.
There was like that whole sequence.
You got to pay the troll toll.
Do you not watch? Remember? Did you not see that movie?
No.
Oh, I mean, it's not worth seeing. Like if you're not ever going to.
Didn't see it.
But in the opening sequence, when everything starts going to hell, there's a big earthquake out in California, and a bunch of bridges fall and like crush cars and.
Okay, so how do you think it's gonna end?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think nuclear warfare.
I don't, because nuclear warfare is something like, if it didn't happen during the Cold War, it's not going to happen now. Because, okay, so here's the thing, right? You can't, it's to the point where the type of armament that every country has, not every country, but every leading military power has, is so deadly that if it happens, it will be the end of the world. So I think everybody understands that, and nobody's willing to risk that. So we're still at this point of like, mutually assured destruction. Like that's that's one of the theories that came out during the Cold War. So I don't think that's going to happen. Nor do I think that China is going to cash in our debt, which is a popular theory that people have. Because then if they cripple our economy, they lose the number one exporter or number one importer of their goods. Okay, so I don't think it's going to happen. What I think is going to happen is it's going to be something like a solar flare. Right, which happens all the time. Solar flares are very common, but a solar flare that's so big that it not widespread knocks out technology, at least in our country.
Oh,
because
and then people go nuts because
society
they don't have
is on
social
the
media.
fucking fringe, dude. With this whole COVID thing, you've seen how fast it got derailed, and that was like everything still worked. People still had water. People still had electricity. People still had their internet.
They had also a lot of toilet paper.
Yeah, they had a lot of toilet paper. But you know what I'm saying? You get an EMP, none of your electronics work.
You're toast.
You're done. Like society will collapse like that. Like the illusion that our society is cemented as a concrete thing within us is so laughable.
Right.
Like we are hanging on by a thread, and that's how I think it's going to be.
Yeah. Okay. So you think if that were like a solar flare were to happen, you would just think we would just all go insane, basically?
I mean, not myself, but societal collapse.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what would happen. That's what I think.
Okay.
So.
But wait, that means we wouldn't have internet for gaming, right?
No.
Yeah, I'd kill myself.
I don't even play online games. The only reason I use the internet for gaming is to talk to you when you're in North Carolina.
Oh, thanks, man. Wow.
I haven't played an online competitive game. Stop crying.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
I haven't played a competitive online game since NHL 2019, and I wanted
And
to
we all know how well that
kill
went.
myself. Just kidding.
Did I
That's
tell
not
you that I
funny.
actually watched an esports competition of that once? I think we talked about this
Yeah,
once.
we talked about it a lot.
It was probably one of the coolest things because it was the first time I watched an esport event where the commentators actually made sense giving their comments.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, we're
like,
talking about that.
I mean, in most games when you're watching, like, League of Legends or when you're watching
Shit, I don't understand League
anything,
of Legends.
like, I don't understand most of the games, and I feel like a lot of their commentating is just more or less them being fans of the game and not really, like when you watch the NHL esports tournament, they were actually saying, like, oh, you see here, he's trying to, like, get the puck, like actual hockey strategy of like getting the puck deep and trying to rotate it around and like changing his lines and stuff. Like they were giving legit insight to how these guys were playing the game based
Yeah,
on
but
an
also
actual
I've
standpoint.
lost a lot of games to a people I am certain have never played hockey in their entire lives. And you and I have both played hockey for more than 10 years each.
At least.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing since I was 3.
I was 5.
So yeah, combined we're well over 20 years.
Right.
But yeah, I guess that's the part that kind of bugs me too, though. It's like if kids have never played the game and they're just playing just because they're good at the mechanics of this game,
Right.
it's like, god damn. But
Yeah.
like I said, the watching it was insane with these guys because, like, obviously, I was telling one of my buddies because Alec was actually wondering if he should get the NHL game and what my true opinion on it was, and I said honestly, not being biased, I really do think the NHL games have been some of the better ones among the sports games. I think MLB The Show is also a close second and first because the thing that NHL did really well is they just incorporated the mechanics of the stick handling, the skating, all into the analog and the passing and the movement.
The fact that you can independently control your stick when you're playing a
Exactly.
defensive player is revolutionary.
Yes, like
in
being able to
sports
keep
games.
stick on puck like that and
Yeah.
like deflect
And like
passes.
cutting those angles down,
Yes.
like the passing lanes,
Yes.
like doing that, knowing knowing how to do that comes from hockey experience,
Right.
but like that's incredible.
Right. And like I think when did that really start? I think it was what 15, 16 NHL.
No, 18. Because we had 17. That's when you and I started playing.
That was with Taze on the cover, right?
No, Tarasenko. Taze was on 18.
Taze was 16. 18. No. Tarasenko was 17. 18 was Crosby.
Nope.
Look it up. Look it up. I know
19
Taser
is-
was
19 is
16.
PK.
Taser was 16 holding the cup over his head because I have it
Okay.
on the hard
Yeah,
disk.
because we didn't play that together. You played it.
Yes.
Oh, Connor McDavid.
It was the McDavid. Okay.
Was
McDavid was 18.
Yeah.
And then Matthews was 20. And who was on 19?
PK.
PK. That's right. PK.
So the defensive stick came out in 18 because
Okay.
17 didn't have it.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. But I was also talking about, like, I think 16 was the one that first started the slap shot not just being circle. It was
Wind it up.
pull the analog back, push it forward.
Yeah.
Which even
So
just
fun.
that component started to add a whole new element
It's
to
just
the game.
more like feel a little more.
It wasn't like the Sega Dreamcast NHL 99 where it was X, pass, circle,
Like,
shoot.
Dude, you just
Square
feel
hit.
it. Like how many times do you literally like?
Dude, my analogs have taken a beating.
I
You know that.
Yeah, you really gripper.
Dude,
when
because
you play that game.
part of me thinks that, like, the harder I do it, it's clearly not going to happen, but that's, like, my mentality is, like, maybe if I really just grip it and rip it on this analog, it's going to incorporate to the game. Nah, it never does. But
Newsflash, doesn't happen.
But I did tell him, I said, again, not being biased, but I truly think that it has been one of the better games in terms of adding fundamental components of the sport into you being able to control it. Like
Right.
baseball, I think, like the show, I think it's just been fun just from a sense of like the build a player and the overall play, like teams and all that stuff. But I think, again, with baseball, it's like, how much can you really add to the game that is part of the game, like that already hasn't been incorporated? Like pitching is pitching the way it is.
Sure.
Hitting, just, I mean, you can, like, I think they added the analog where you can do like the step back and try to time it. But really, like when you're in the field, you're running, diving, base running, you're just hitting the next button to go. Like,
Right.
I don't know, like I feel like there's not much you can really do to incorporate actual types of like sports type movement. I don't know. And all I've ever heard about Madden is just absolute garbage. It's just gone down the shitter for to me.
Madden was reached. Madden had their pinnacle in 2004. Michael Vick.
And we're in 2020 for all those
Michael
who are
Vick,
keeping track.
Madden 2004.
Michael Vick, 2004. Oh boy.
Unstoppable.
Who let the dogs out? Am I right?
Michael Vick didn't.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
And that's why he got in trouble.
But nonetheless, arguably the best running quarterback.
It's not arguable. Well, I guess technically it is because Lamar Jackson broke all his records.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't. Now it is arguable just because you have
It's true, I take it back.
Michael Vick basically in the league.
Yeah, Michael Vick can throw a lot better than Lamar Jackson can, though.
Yeah, but Lamar Jackson's been in the league for what, 2 years?
So
I'm just saying, like, give it a little bit.
I'm just saying, look at Vick's arm strength. It was still good.
Oh, it was very
Lamar
good.
Jackson's isn't.
I remember so many kids too. I remember playing 6th and 7th grade football, and so many kids having those Vicks.
Oh, the shoes.
The shoes.
Yeah.
It was basically just like it until the dog fighting happened and came out.
Yeah.
Vicks were basically like the Jordans of football.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody had them, and
Yeah, he
everybody
was big,
thought that
man.
if you wore them, you became Michael Vick.
You did. It's like that movie with Lil Bow Wow.
Like Mike.
Like Mike.
That's
I wanna
great. You know what's crazy about that movie?
Mike.
Quick sidebar: that movie is meant to be like a kid film.
Okay.
Midway through the movie,
Someone gets capped.
no, they start singing in the car, "Party Up in Here" by DMX.
Okay.
Do you know how vulgar that song is?
Well,
Like, for
knowing
kids to
DMX personally, yes, I do.
Well, like to hear that song as a kid, for example, and you're thinking, "Wow, that sounds like a pretty like pump song. Like it's not. It's pretty clean. It's in a movie."
I listened to X Gon
like
Give It to You.
Mike."
X Gon Give It to You in 5th grade.
Well, again, that's you. I'm saying for the
I
general
like to get
public
hyped.
of like people who
Yeah, whatever. I don't give a
aren't
fuck.
exposed to that sort of stuff. But like, think about it. For some kid who's like, "Oh, what's this song?" and they look up the actual thing on like YouTube, and then you're just like, "Fuck, shit, fuck, fuck, fuck."
Fuck shit.
Like the
fuck,
fact
fuck,
that they
fuck.
put that into basically a kid film is just funny to me.
Well, YouTube wasn't a thing when that movie came out, so
Was it?
no.
When did the movie come out?
I don't know.
Look it up.
I don't care. They
No.
can, no, they can
No.
argue about it.
Just keep
No,
talking.
because we're not gonna fucking look this up. So we're talking about something else now.
Looking it up.
No, we have to talk. You gotta fill dead space.
I'm not.
You're
Like
so
Mike
dumb.
movie.
Well, I want to talk about the end of the
Fucking
world.
2002. YouTube was a thing, wasn't it? Or was it 05?
I want to cut this recording right now because you're so fucking stupid.
Oh. Why?
YouTube did not come out in 2002.
When did it come out?
After 2002.
Oh, I don't know.
No, now we're gonna wait so everybody can hear you look it up.
Oh, okay. When did YouTube?
No, go ahead.
When did YouTube come out? Oh, 2005. February 14th, 2005.
It's 3 years. Those 3
Wow.
years of technological advancements were pretty big.
I guess so. I honestly did not know.
Thanks for wasting our lives looking
Oh,
that up.
shut up. God, it was a legit search. I actually did not know.
You could have done it when we were done recording.
It's fine.
Nobody cares.
People care.
I don't care.
What's that? Yep. That guy does.
Oh, the booth confirms
Booth?
people care. We don't
Outvoted.
We don't have a fucking booth.
Where's that rude flag? Rude. God, people care.
Okay,
Anyway.
so the end of the world. I think it's going to be societal collapse as a result of EMP or something like that. What did you say?
I want it to be
No, you
like
said I know what you want. I already
nuclear
specified that
warfare.
at the beginning.
nuclear warfare.
You think it's going to be
I
nuclear
think so.
warfare. Okay.
Because I always go back to like what Freud and Einstein always say: as long as there's man, there will be war. And I feel like at some point we will reach the pinnacle of a global conflict, and somebody, someone, somewhere, some global leader will just absolutely lose it, and shit's gonna hit the fan.
Maybe, yeah.
I really think so. Like, I really feel like if it is true that these global leaders, whether it is our own president or any other country's president, if they truly have the power to just go boop and like all this shit goes down, it will be inevitable. Now, whether or not it will happen in our lifetime or not, I don't know, but I truly think that that's what will happen,
Yeah, I still think so.
and it'll be fucking
that's
like
fine.
Terminator.
That's really funny. I literally wrote this down
No way!
so I wouldn't forget to start talking about Terminator. Did you see me write this down?
No,
I
swear
thought
to
you
God.
did, and I thought you were
swear to
setting me
God,
up
I did
to
not
talk
see
about
that.
this.
That is amazing.
So I have just a piece of paper right in front of me right here, and I wrote down Terminator 2 because I wanted to talk about the end of the world.
Oh my God.
and I wanted to not forget to talk
my
about
God.
Terminator 2, and this motherfucker.
That is phenomenal.
80 miles an hour, right down the middle,
God
setting me up to
damn.
knock her out of the park.
Here's a lob changeup. Don't fucking miss it. Holy shit.
That is so funny.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Terminator.
Right now, if my fiance is listening to this, she is rolling her fucking eyes because she is sick of how on the spot we are with each other.
That's fantastic. Well, let's talk about it.
That is phenomenal, dude.
Because okay, so many reasons I want to talk about Terminator 2.
Yeah, I was about to say, why'd you write it down?
One is it talks about the end of the world, as Terminator addresses a lot, but there's that like flash. It's not a flashback. It's more of a cutaway / daydream that Sarah Connor has when she's like at the park and then
like
the bombs
the
drop.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets vaporized.
And all the everybody turns to like a skeleton.
Yeah, I like that part.
That's fucked
dude. That's
up,
pretty
dude.
scary. Because when I was a kid, when I saw that for the first time, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Like thinking to yourself, like that's what this bomb could do. Like,
are we gonna die?
Jesus.
But
yeah,
secondly,
Skynet's gonna fucking ruin us all.
That's coming. We are literally setting ourselves up for either Skynet, The Matrix, iRobot, like
Skynet's already a thing. It's called Apple
or Google.
Yes.
I mean, I think Google has more products than Apple does. Because Google isn't in just Google products. Google's in Samsung. Google's in
I suppose,
all the other
yeah.
devices and stuff like that.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Regardless,
if they team up, it's over. Did I ever tell you what's gonna happen in a few years? Like the Earth itself, we will be so consumed with these three companies that the world will just fully promote them. Like Earth will promote Disney, Amazon, and Apple. And here's how we'll do it. Apple will take over the Earth, like completely control it, and they're going to cut out a section of it to make it look like the apple from outer space. They're going to put like an indent in the North Pole due to climate change, and they're just going to like dig it down. And then on top of that, we'll have two big-ass mouse ears that we'll see from space. And then on the bottom, going right along, like just below the equator, it'll say brought to you by Amazon.
The smile.
Yes, like the big smile will say brought to you by Amazon.
What about Google, though? Google's bigger than Disney.
Google. See, here's the thing, though.
Apple.
Google is just going to know that it's like the popular search engine, so they don't need to like...
Well, it does more than a search engine.
You know what I'm saying, though? They just know. They're like, look, we fucking know who we are. Everybody knows about us, so we don't need to like put us out there like people fucking
So
get it.
my question to you after hearing that is, to whom are we advertising from space?
You tell me. You're the alien guy.
Wow.
Talk about dropping a fucking nuke.
All right. Well, we got to cut this short, I think. I got to go.
We have a lot to think about.
I can't. I don't have it in me to actually continue
really
this.
quick sidebar. Speaking of Google, you know their Stadia? I think it was Google that did that. Stadia?
Yeah.
Did you know that they actually released that now completely free?
So is the controller free too?
No.
Or do you have to buy that?
They said you can incorporate an Xbox or DualShock controller to play with it.
Oh, well, they're plug and play to your PC.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can take your Xbox or PlayStation controller.
Is there anything good on it?
I don't know, because they say it's free, but I think it's only a limited number of games are free, and
Probably,
I don't know what's free.
Yeah.
But I did hear about it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting that they finally just like, they're like, you know what, we know this isn't the best thing, so we're just gonna kind of give it up to free to let people just try it.
I know, I'm buying this, but can you just play it?
They had what's his face from the Late Show with what's his face?
Craig Ferguson?
No, the fat guy.
James Corden.
James Corden. They had his guitar player.
Dude, I've never seen that show.
Either way, they had him do like the main promotion for Stadia.
Okay.
And that's what I thought. Like, I'm like, that's how big they were, is they got him to promote it.
Yikes.
And he was just a guy from James Corden's band.
It's just, I mean, it's so hard to break into the market.
It really is.
Of video, like of console gaming.
Unless you're Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony.
Well, that's the thing I said break into. Like, they're already in it.
Yeah.
You can't make a new console. Dude, I mean, I know everybody said exactly what I'm saying about Xbox.
Right.
When that came out, but like, let's just tout
think
it.
about how
you also had the backing
ago.
of fucking Microsoft.
Exactly.
And like, they figured that out.
But Stadia had the backing of Google though.
Yeah, Microsoft's more.
I'm just
more
saying,
hardware than Google is.
But like you said, though, Google is incorporated into other things, so they probably thought, we have a chance.
Right, but Microsoft also knows how to sell hardware. Google doesn't sell any hardware.
Right.
I mean, they have some phones, but like that's not the same as Microsoft.
Right.
Like,
but they figured they probably had like a fighting chance.
Oh,
I'm
I would
sure.
assume they thought that.
I mean, I'm sure some people probably went and were like, all right, like we'll give it a try and buy it. But I don't know who would have and why.
I wouldn't have. I mean,
Because at this point,
honest.
it's like again, for example, like us, if you own a PlayStation or if you own an Xbox, the only reason I would ever go buy that is just out of straight curiosity. But
Right.
again, I don't have, in my personal opinion, I don't have the money to go, let's just try a new console.
No, if I was going to buy another console, I would buy an Xbox
Exactly.
just to catch up on games that
Do you not own? I thought you owned one.
An Xbox One.
Or
I have a 360.
the 360.
It's
Okay.
like in this box that we're sitting right next to. One of
Okay.
these boxes here.
I knew you owned. I didn't think you owned the one. I thought you owned one of the
No, I have a 360.
360,
I have a 360
okay.
Elite. It's
360.
the black one.
Okay.
No, I bought the 360 Elite specifically to play Halo 4. Like I told you, we were talking about this the other day. I am a huge Halo fan.
Right.
So I played 1 through 3 because I had a 360 a long time ago.
Okay.
And then it red ringed, and then I got a new one, and then it red ringed,
Okay.
and then I got a PS3,
Gotcha.
and enjoyed my life.
Did I tell you
But-
a lot of my buddies were playing the re-released Halo Infinite on PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of them. Let's see, my buddies. Ryan was the biggest one for PC. I think Tim also was. But when Halo Infinite got re-released and got put onto the PC platform, they were like avidly playing it for a while.
Really?
Oh yeah, they were really. They were obviously again like you, like big Halo fans, but
Yeah.
also they had built their own PCs like for gaming wise.
Oh, you mean like this one?
Yes. And I still have been meaning to do that, but we'll get.
It's fun. It's a fun process.
There's a lot still yet to happen in
Yeah.
life before I finally sit down and go, okay, now I've got time to just build my own PC.
Takes about 4 hours.
And it takes a while. Yeah, it takes a
Yeah,
while.
we did. This is my sophomore year of college. This is
I was gonna say you've had that for a while.
2013.
I actually remember when Steve came over
Yeah.
to help you work on that.
No, you don't.
I was over here.
They were my mom's.
Was it?
Yeah, because this one we made in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
So unless you
Okay.
drove up, no,
Okay.
because we made Steve's and mine in the same 2
okay.
days.
So that was your mom's. You were reworking.
Nope, we were just building one.
Just
for it.
building. Okay. Okay.
Because I bid mine, and it's so much cheaper to buy the parts and put it together yourself to get a better quality product than to
Gotcha.
get a pre-built PC. So we built her one.
Okay.
She still has it. Works fine.
Gotcha.
Yeah, no, that's the way to go, dude. Build your PC.
Like I
I'm all
said,
about it.
I'm
Got this
do
lovely
you know
3
who-
monitor setup here.
Dude, you really like nice Acers.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If I have for my work at home, I have just 2 monitors. I wish I kind of had a third one, but my work got me 2 the newest HP monitors, and they're
Mhm.
like the big 26,
Oh,
28
yeah.
inches. So they're like, I'm like,
These
oh,
are small.
like I can roll with these 2,
Yeah.
no problem.
Just having the third is nice to have the central to look straight.
And you have the sick Firewatch 3.
3 monitor, triple
monitor.
monitor back.
I do that from at my work. I have 3 monitors at my work desk.
Yeah.
I have it, and I put that on
Yeah.
before because it's just so fucking cool.
That's an awesome background.
It sucks though because I always have constant like windows up, so I can't really see it ever.
Right.
But if I ever have downtime, I'll be like minimize, and I'll be
Yep.
like, there it is.
Let's take a look at it. We'll minimize it right here. While I. Boom. Right there.
That's so sick.
Such a dope background.
That's sick.
So anyway, talking about Terminator 2, the reason I was talking about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, before we talk about that, let's talk about what we're drinking.
Oh,
We're drinking some new stuff.
we got.
What do you got?
Hear that? ASMR. Right now, we have a treat for this one. Well, first of all, we burned through last week's
Whistle Pig.
Whistle Pig.
Finally.
Finally, we stopped being bitches about it. But this one, ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat. We have
This is-
Josh's graduation gift
From pharmacy
from
school.
pharmacy school.
Jack Daniels Frank Sinatra Select Bold Smooth Classic Tennessee Whiskey.
Like
the special
son of
edition
a bitch.
Frank Sinatra Jack Daniels.
I feel classier just drinking.
Oh, it's so nice. Yeah, we got that, and then I have Sam Adams Cherry Wheat beer.
Damn, there it is.
You got that grapefruit German beer again.
I like it.
VIER.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to beer, and I feel like I've kind of like acquired this now, moving to North Carolina, big craft brew state.
Okay.
I have explored numerous different kinds of beer. I feel like I was pretty much strictly sticking to like in college. It was just like Miller Lite, Bud Light, cheap,
Sure.
crappy ass beer.
Yeah.
But now that I've gotten to actually explore legit craft brew beer,
Now you've been able to become an insufferable beer guy.
pretty much. I honestly, I really have. Like, I've been to different bars down there and to like different breweries and stuff where I've tried everything from like sour beers to stouts to lights to like
I love sours.
ciders and all this stuff. So like for me personally, I always enjoy like the fruitier like I've really become a fan of sours
Then why aren't you drinking this cherry beer?
because it's Sam Adams. I don't know. I don't know.
Sam Adams, Australian for beer.
Is it really?
No, it's Foster's.
Okay, Foster's. I was like, wait a second. I was like, hold on, that's something else. No, I don't know. I don't know. It just for me. I mean, again, I'm always like a whiskey guy first, but when it comes to beer, like I said, I just prefer a little bit fruitier, like better. I don't know, just more taste to it. I guess I'm still not a huge fan of IPAs, but I will say this: there was a beer fest that the fiance and I went to once, and it was basically we went to go see a movie, and they served like a 3-course meal, and they paired a beer with each entree to kind of like taste bud wise, and one of them they served an IPA, and I was like, oh,
IPAs are fucking gross.
like I just right, but when you paired it with the appropriate food, I was like, this is actually not bad. Because again, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but like I said, when it's something where when you start pairing it with the appropriate food items, I was like, okay, this actually isn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I like I'm an annoying whiskey person. Like between me and my other friend named Zach and his brother, we tried a lot of whiskeys. So
Right.
regardless, okay, that's what we're drinking. Terminator 2.
Getting right into it.
Why did I want to talk about Terminator 2? Because
Yeah, honestly, why did you write that down?
I want to talk about sequels that were better than the original movie.
Damn.
And
Which,
Terminator 2 is one of them.
To be but honestly, like to think about it, Terminator 2 is a scenario where the first one was like really good and it built on.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Terminator 1.
No, that's the thing because like there's a lot where the sequels do get better at times. It isn't often. Sequels aren't tend to be ones to get better, but it built off of that one, and absolutely, I think it was.
Dude, James Cameron, in my opinion, is responsible for the two movies that are better, two sequels that are better than the first movie, and that's
What's the other one?
Terminator 2 and
Yep.
Aliens, sequel to Alien. I know a lot of people love Alien more.
Wait, did he really do the sequel?
Yeah, he did Aliens. Ridley Scott did Alien, and James Cameron did Aliens.
Wow,
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yep.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
This is all right, everybody. This is the sit back and learn fucking podcast because we are dropping knowledge left and right in this. Let me tell you. Wow, I did not know that.
Aliens is one of my all-time favorite movies. I just watched it the other night. Literally, I was like, I didn't want to play games anymore, and I was like, I was Vice City out, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch a movie. I pulled up my Amazon because I have HBO through Amazon.
Yeah.
And I was like Alien Special Edition is like all remastered, looks super crisp, and I was like, fuck yeah, watched it 2.5 hours.
You know, Taylor actually has the book
Alien. Yeah.
And he said when you're reading it, the description of when it bursts out, like they've made the comparison. Like when you read the book and watch the movie, they said it is exactly how they imagined it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like translation wise. And he's like, it was one of the first books he read that he was like genuinely afraid while reading it. You know, like the description, and I can attest. The only other book that I can attest to that was It by Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
Reading that book and the description that he was giving, I actually like. You know how you like want to like close your eyes or cover your face when a scary moment's gonna pop up?
Yeah.
That actually occurred when I was reading it. I was like, I don't want to read.
Dude,
I don't want to read more.
The Xenomorph is just such an awesome monster.
It
like
is.
an awesome alien or whatever, you know, however you want to classify it. I mean, it is an alien, but in terms of like monster movie monsters, like the Xenomorph is so
Well, it's
badass.
iconic. It's the idea of what it looks like. Like that's the other thing too. I want to think about is like I can't think of who wrote the book, but when they wrote the book Alien. What did they sit down and go, all right, crack the knuckles, Xenomorph, here's what it looks like, big ass like turn here.
Well, the guy who was responsible for it is like a famous like movie monster designer. Yeah,
but still, but that's the thing though. Like, I want to still think like, what?
I don't know. I'm not that creative.
And you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Like, I want to know. Like, I want to sit down with these guys and just go like, what the fuck is going through your head?
I just learned this the other day about the Xenomorph. Is the front component of it is a human skull. Like they used that as a model, and then built off of it. Yeah. So like
I guess the jawline makes sense.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
Okay.
So it has like the part that goes back, the big head.
Oh, like the teeth.
But like the front part is a human skull, and then they just molded off of it. I'm not saying it's supposed to look exactly like a human skull, but I'm saying they took one and then molded stuff on it, obviously, and created it and created the whole thing.
Oh wow.
It's just so physically menacing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, there are certain movies where, like, horror movies or monster movies or what have you, where you feel like you have a chance, right? Like Signs is one of my favorite movies.
Mm.
Like, if that alien shows up right now, like, we got a good shot. Like, it's humanoid, it's slender,
We
it's
have a
not
fighting chance.
it's not gonna overpower you,
Xenomorph were fucked.
right? But like, or like, what's another one?
The
Like
Predator.
Predator. I mean, you're done, dude. Predator's so fucking strong.
That
It's
thing's got
ridiculous.
the
gun,
the little
he's got
gun on
the
his
disc,
shoulder. It's got a
throws
fucking
that,
remote control
got a
gun.
spear. Yeah, like, you're done.
Also, again, another design where what the fuck were they thinking?
Also amazing.
Oh, just like open
Yeah.
up, and it's like my dad said when my dad watched the first Predator movie with me, and he's like, just because we were watching, he's like, just wait till they show his face,
Yeah.
because when Arnold goes, "Dad, you are one ugly motherfucker," my dad's like, that is probably the most accurate line in a horror type movie,
Yeah.
because it was like, I think I almost want to say, I don't quote me on this, but I want to say that was the first time Arnold actually saw it in the movie. Like,
Oh, could have been.
it could have been, because like honestly that
Who
was my
knows?
reaction scene. I was like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
it's good, but it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then like with the alien you were talking about, is the one thing I can think of that's so menacing about it is like when you see it in a dark room and it comes up to you, you just hear that hissing,
Yeah.
and it's got the lip
And the lip quiver.
that slightly
Yep.
quivers, and then you just see it slightly open its mouth, and the
You're
little
fucking done.
fucker comes out of him.
It's got the long tail, like
Oh,
that barbed at
they
the
can-
end, and they're so quick and like they can.
Oh, and don't forget, if you cut it right in front of you, it'll bleed acid on you.
like it's so,
So-
fast, like it hides.
So you have to kill it from a distance
You're done.
while it's
man.
moving fast,
Yeah.
and you have to spot it before it spots you.
So fast.
Not gonna happen.
Oh, the Xenomorph is so.
What did you
fucking
think
awesome.
of AVP?
The movie?
Yeah.
Or the game? The
The-
first
no, the
AVP
movie.
is solid.
Like the temple, and they went to like
Yeah,
Antarctica.
it's a cool
was int-
concept.
The second one actually really sucked.
AVP Requiem.
That was so bad.
Yeah, that was stupid.
They tried way too
The
hard with
game,
that.
because there have been a couple iterations of the game.
Did they really do
uh,
AVP a game?
Yeah, a couple times.
Oh, I should know that.
There's a PC one.
Okay.
Old game.
Okay.
Then they did Aliens vs Predator. It came out on PS3, early PS3 time. And
Okay.
again, 3 campaigns: Xenomorph, Predator, Marine.
Okay.
Not bad. It was cool because every playthrough had its own take specific to the character.
Sure.
So Predator, you had the thermal vision, and you had the gun. I don't remember what
You mean just
called.
being a total fucking badass?
Yeah, and like
Invisibility?
the Marine was
How
pretty
fucking
standard.
shitty. Like, dude, you already got like thermal, a fucking remote control gun, and a spear, and an awesome claw.
And
Do you
you
really
can
have to
be
be invisible?
invisible. Like, fuck
Like,
off.
fuck that, dude. Like, that's just you going into like the cheat codes and being like, well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Like, you already have unlimited ammo, all the guns.
I
Like,
guess I'll be invulnerable.
come on. Like, really? Do you have to add that?
Well, what's funny, so then about the Xenomorph campaign,
Mhm.
you can scale the walls.
Oh, okay.
And they actually,
so you
like-
can crawl like it does.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
And so you can actually, and so like that game got a lot of bad reviews, but what it did do very well mechanistically
Uh-huh.
was the movement of the Xenomorph, because you could think that'd be very disorienting,
Sure.
like how you're climbing on the walls, but it on your reticule,
Mhm.
you always had an orientation as to where the ground was.
Oh.
Yeah. So you would scale a wall, and there'd be a little arrow pointing to the ground. You'd go on the ceiling, it'd be an arrow pointing straight down.
That's pretty
So
cool.
it really made it really easy, because then you could just drop down. It's like
Then you
R1
knew.
to drop down,
Ah.
and then get back to the floor. And then when you hid in a dark place, your reticule would like go like shaded out,
Yeah.
and so it would indicate that you were invisible to anyone.
What was the one Alien game that got really bad reviews? Colonial
Aliens,
Marines.
Colonial Marines?
That was
yeah.
the one that everyone was hyped for it. I remember
Yeah,
like
your boy included.
the trailer for it. Everybody, yeah, you included, were like super hyped.
I pre-ordered it.
Did
I
you
was so
really?
excited for it.
Oh, you broke the pre-order rule.
No, this is sophomore year of college too.
But still, like the pre-order curse, because you in particular now abide by the rule of like you don't like pre-ordering.
Yeah,
games.
part of it was because of that game.
Exactly. That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
That
dude.
game led me to that
That's what I'm
fucking
saying.
standpoint.
I think, yeah, because like I said, that game I think is one of the most notorious ones for such a mislead of everyone thinking like, uh-oh, Colonial Marines on a ship, aliens, and it was basically just you fighting other people.
It was about half and half. Yeah.
Right, but still, like it should be fucking fully fighting xenomorphs. It shouldn't be.
The online was kind of fun.
Was it?
It wasn't terrible.
What would you play it on platform?
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of this, though, I wanted to tell you really quick. The game I just thought about that just got released was that, or actually not. Actually, no, it isn't released yet. Predator's Hunting Grounds.
What?
Predator Hunting Grounds.
What's
It's
this?
a new game for PS4. It's coming out April 24th of this year. It's
2
basically.
weeks.
Do you know the game where you're like, what's that fucking game called that we played? You're like the
Evolve.
what? No, 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 no. Where you're like the bad guy and you're hiding from him.
Oh, Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight. It's like that, where somebody can be the predator, and you're a group of people.
It's gonna flop. I'm telling you right now, it's gonna flop. Evolve flopped. Same thing. Dead by Daylight. I mean, it Dead by Daylight. People do play it, but it's not. I mean,
I
whatever.
mean, here's the thing: it is being released as a $40 game, so it's not the full $59.99.
I'll get it when
only
it's $5.
It's only $39.99.
Does it have any campaign? Probably not.
It is a Sony exclusive, by the way.
Does it have a campaign?
Genre shooter game. Oh, actually, no. Sorry, it's not Sony. It's published by Sony Interactive, but it platforms it says PlayStation 4 and Microsoft Windows. I don't know. Is it? Oh, it previously was a PS4 exclusive, but it was confirmed to release on the Epic Game Store back in December. New Predator game. Is there a campaign? I want to say there might be, but I'm not sure. Comes out April. Okay, you can play as a female predator. Predator hunting grounds comes
As a
out.
female predator?
That's apparently what it says.
Didn't know it. I thought they were like asexual.
Honestly, no idea. Okay, here I'm gonna go to the PlayStation blog. Revealed during State of Play. Okay, yep, I remember that's when they. Yeah, okay. 10 years old. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Jesus. Okay, this guy's like giving his life story. We just need to know about the freaking game. I was like 10 years old when I first saw the first Predator movie.
Yeah, me too. Let's go.
God, creating an immersive world of Predator universe has been so rewarding. I don't know. Fucking look it up. I have actually no idea.
Okay, well, let's move on from that then.
Oh, meanwhile, one player will control the Predator, a stealthy. Okay. So, from what it looks like, I don't think so. I think it'll strictly be like Dead by Daylight.
Oh.
Which.
Fine.
Again, depending on how fun the actual game is, it could actually do really well if people tend to like move towards that. Maybe
we'll
it is
see.
something new that people will.
Well, it's not new, though. I mean, Evolve tried it. Dead by
That's what I'm
Daylight
saying.
was
Like, there have
but-
been tries at it, so maybe people are like, well, let's just give
that
it a
one
try.
game that was supposed to come out. Remember that game with the high school kids, and then the killer.
Technically, Dead
What was
by
that game called? You remember what I'm talking about, right?
It's
watched
basically
the
Dead
beta.
by Daylight.
Yeah,
It's
but we
like-
watched the beta for it.
I know. I don't know what
It's in the school.
I don't know what it's called though.
Because that was kind of cool. Whatever. But yeah, it's Dead by Daylight.
Again, same concept.
Okay, so Terminator 2 better than Terminator 1, my opinion.
Okay.
Still saying Terminator 1's good, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens is better than Alien. Again, my opinion.
Another good one
What's
that
a
I
good
know
one
for
for
you.
you?
I mean, again, I've never seen them, but going back to the last episode with Lord of the Rings, those just progressively got better. Return of the King still, I think, holds the record for most
No.
Academy Awards won by a single movie.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the Deaths one. I was going to say no. Game of
No,
Thrones.
Return of the King. Return of the King.
Return of the King. Yeah.
Return of the King. Okay. I think it still holds the record, or is tied for the record at least. I think
The Kingsman.
What?
What?
No.
Oh.
You always fucking do this. I think it's tied with Avatar. I could be wrong, but someone fact check me on that.
Also James Cameron.
All I know is that those movies also got progressively better. Another one I can think of, sequel better than original, Dark Knight. Way better than Batman Begins.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Like way better.
Yeah.
Batman Begins was good, but I
Yeah,
still
again,
feel like
that's good.
I still feel like
not
it's a
as good as
movie where
Dark
people
Knight.
like see it and they're just like, eh. And then all of a sudden Dark Knight came out. They're like, there was a movie before this?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
no
A lot of
way.
people don't even know that.
Nobody knows that Katie Holmes originally played Rachel. And
Nobody
then
knows that?
Maggie Gyllenhaal
I know that.
came in. I'm saying people who might not know that Batman Begins like exists as a physical movie
Well,
because
okay.
The Dark Knight just overshadows everything.
Right. So I want to talk about sequels. I want to talk about the end of the world. Fallout 5. Where's it set in?
Go on.
You get to pick. Where's Fallout 5 set? So Fallout 3 was set in the Capital Wasteland, which is Washington, D.C. Fallout New Vegas. I'll give you one guess as to where that was set.
Milwaukee.
Fallout 4. Yep, Milwaukee, got it. Fallout
Nailed
4 was set in the Commonwealth, which is the Boston area.
Okay.
And I don't recall where Fallout 1 and 2 is set.
Okay.
So where do you want Fallout 5 to be? United States only, just for fun.
Northwest. And here's why. I feel like the games that I can think of, again, I've never played Fallout, but I've seen you play them, I've seen gameplay of it. I feel like a lot of it's just empty wasteland. Which again, from the concept of what happened, I get that. But I feel like in the Northwest, you can start adding the forest type elements to things.
That's something that I've heard is a less populated area
Uh-huh.
didn't get affected as much by the bombs
Right.
because the bombs are targeted for high populated
Like
cities.
Chicago, LA, New
Yeah.
York. Yeah.
So you get to those less densely populated areas, you see things that didn't die off as the same propensity.
Sure.
So again, more wildlife,
So I
more
feel like-
trees, more people.
Exactly. So I feel like if you go to the Northwest,
That'd be cool.
I feel like that would actually be a pretty cool setting
Yeah.
of, like I said, like the forest, animals, that type of element.
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine walking around the freaking like redwood forest of all those big ass trees that
Oh,
never
that'd be
got
cool.
affected?
Yeah.
And people built like
Like, they're
colonies
still
inside of
there,
them
Yeah.
because
That's a cool idea.
they like don't know, they didn't like, all the buildings were gone, so like they moved into the forest and
Yeah.
like fucking Avatar that shit, where they're like living in the big trees.
Not bad.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't have a better idea than that, honestly.
And I don't even play Fallout.
I know that was
God. All right, folks, that's all I got.
That was really
I
good.
am out of here. God.
Other games that I would like to see.
Yes.
I want to see GTA go back to Vice City on the current gen.
Do you want? No, here's the thing. Do you want it to be remastered, or do you want it to be a continuation?
No, it can be a new story.
Okay.
And you can loosely work it into Vice City story if you want, or
Sure.
make it a new one. I just want the setting to be Vice City
Now, okay, another question for you though. Do you want it to be setting of Vice City
in the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not current day.
No.
Okay.
No, so you just make a new story of that time period.
Okay. Gotcha.
Because I'm playing Vice City still now, and I'm just on Vice City kick. But it'd be fun to see it because it's on PS2. Like, and I'm playing the remastered version, and you can only remaster a PS2 game to a certain point.
I was gonna say how remastered.
I mean, it
is-
does look better, but like, what you're with a base,
Sure.
right? So you can't really do it.
Like-
So like seeing Vice City on current gen or next gen would be really fun.
Mhm.
Like just like the color, it would pop so much more. Like the 80s in Miami type
That'd
thing.
be pretty sick,
really
actually.
cool. Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool. And plus to incorporate like a few other cars from that time period instead of just like in the Vice City PS2 game they have like your generic Lamborghini, your generic Jeep, like the
Yeah.
cars are all like there's like 5 different cars in the game, but they just add like different colors to them.
Yeah. I mean, there's
But I feel like they
definitely,
can definitely incorporate some like cool Corvettes and like actual.
well, they actually
70s.
do have Corvette.
Oh, they
called
do.
the
That's
Stinger.
right. They do.
Yeah. Because they definitely started building their car library a lot in
Mhm.
San Andreas because you were able to like customize your car colors then
Ah,
in
okay.
San Andreas,
Gotcha.
and then obviously in the new game.
Oh, I know. Well, I know one that you definitely want for a sequel. It's gonna be God of War 2. Continuation
yeah.
of the 2018
Yeah.
God of
I
War.
mean,
of
we
the
know that's coming.
Norris. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think we saw this. I sent this to you. That there's a comic book coming out that's going to show the bridge the gap between the end
You
of
were
3.
telling me about that.
So I remember I asked you. I was like, "You become a comic book guy now?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
you're like, I might. Like, I might read this because then I told you I was like, if you don't, I probably will because clearly not as big as God of War fan as you are.
Mhm.
Although I am pretty.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do like the Greek mythology stuff, all that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you don't, I fucking will because
Yeah.
that shit's pretty cool. Because the
You're
way they
gonna-
incorporate that
and
sort of stuff.
you haven't even consumed literally like any of the
Oh my god.
explanation of that story
Yeah.
yet.
For the record, everybody,
Seeing where you're at.
Josh has gotten through God of War in its entirety, the new one, I should say. I
Well, all of them,
played
but yeah.
the remastered of God of War 3 because I figured you basically told me you're like I don't really need to play 1 and 2. I could just basically
3 recaps pretty much brings
Pretty
you
much.
up to speed
Exactly.
pretty well.
So I played through 3 remastered, beat that whole game, started to get into
Platinum that whole game.
actually yeah, platinum. Thank you, platinum. Which by the way, another just fucking doozy.
Yeah, there were some hard trophies on that one.
That playing through that on like the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
That's a hard game to play on just like hard, but to get to like I think it's like Titan or something it's called. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
It was really tough. So then I started to play God of War 2018, and now I've kind of really started to get. I started playing it like about a year ago, but then I just got lost in my backlog of games.
Oh god. Yeah.
So then I jumped back to it now. I have the chance to beat in a few other games, and I feel like I've done so much. But then Josh keeps looking at where I'm at, and he's like, "Oh, dude, you're not even at like the tip of the iceberg yet."
all he knows of Baldur is he's the stranger.
That's all I know.
Like,
That
yeah.
literally, it was beat. Like the trophy I got was beat the stranger from
Yep.
your house, and that's all I know about him.
Oh,
I have
man,
yet to see him
so
since.
much more.
And that's the thing though. I've gone through like the lake area, and I've went to a
Yeah,
different
but you
realm.
really haven't.
Fuck. Dude.
There's so much more of a lake to come.
Like,
It's gonna be so good.
god damn.
There's so many cool parts that I'm just thinking of that you're still have yet to see. You're just like getting into it. Like you're in the period where I remember where it's like it's wrapping you in.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's just giving you some tastes.
I know. Yeah, I know. It's got.
There's one part that I wish I know you're not gonna get to unless you literally only play it for the next 8 hours. That I want to see again. It's so amazing.
I think I know what you're referring to.
I think I told you when you weren't planning on playing.
Where?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they come back.
Yeah.
We don't want to spoil. I mean, it's been out for a few years, and I'm
2
sure
years
people
now.
know about it, but I also don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Because it is a pretty sick reveal.
But like what I didn't tell you is like what happens
that's the best thing
to
don't
get
tell me.
there.
Yeah.
And so like it's such a it's like a 20 maybe like 5 minutes.
Of a cutscene?
Not of a cutscene, but of an experience.
Ooh.
Like having to go and do and see what happens as to why he has to get them and then how he gets there. And it's like
Fuck,
it's very
dude.
cool. Very cool.
Damn it. My buddy Zach from my Illinois friends,
Mhm.
he is an avid God of War fan. Like he played 1, 2, 3 like you did, and he started playing this one, so he's already gotten through that portion as well. And he was talking about like he didn't tell me what happened or anything, but he kind of said the same thing you did, where he's like, dude, when it happens, it is such like a oh my, like it's like a butterfly type moment where it's like, oh my god, it's happening.
It is. It's so good. They did such a good job. Such a good job.
See,
Just
now,
like
here's the thing though,
breathing
they've
new
na-
life into that
they've
franchise.
nailed it.
Mhm.
And that was like I think we talked about this, where it was such a risk of
Completely
the
changing
game
the combat.
completely, like from this hack and slash button smash
To like an
shit
elegant,
show.
strategic, blocking focus type of combat.
And not even elegant combat, elegant environment, elegant talking, like the overall like
storytelling is so
yes,
much
like
different.
the storytelling,
It's all dialogue.
the interaction between Atreus and Kratos, or
Yeah.
or any other character. It's
Yep.
just so like in the first 3 games, it was Kratos just like Zeus, fuck you,
Zeus, fuck you,
like it was like so
and it was all cutscenes.
exactly.
But like you get so much information from like you said, the conversations between Atreus and Kratos, and there's another character you'll get introduced to
Okay.
where you talk to a lot while you're
Oh, is that
moving.
the head?
Mimir?
Yeah, yeah.
He's
That's
so
another thing. I
awesome.
haven't even seen him yet.
Yeah, like that's all, like a lot of just stuff that they tell you the story as you play the game in such a way where like that sounds obvious, but I don't know. It's so much better with this one. So, very good
Oh,
stuff.
we're good. No, yeah, exactly. So, like I said, I just want to get to that point. But again, I feel like I've committed so much time already to it. I'm thinking like, fuck, dude, I'm so like.
I know.
Speaking of that, actually, the one game I also, well, again, I don't want to like, I want to bring this back up again, but like, I was excited.
No one cares about The Last of Us anymore.
Last of Us 2, I was pumped about it, but obviously that's gone. I guess before we wrap up here, I guess I will say 2 games that I do actually want to see as a sequel. One being Horizon Zero Dawn.
Mhm.
I do like the way that game ended. It ends. They leave it open for a second one.
Horizon One Dawn, yeah.
No, god damn it! You have to play it. They can't just rename it like that. And there's a reason why. Shut the fuck up.
Fine.
No. So I do feel like they end it in a way that definitely leaves it open for like they purposely are like, hey, we're making a second one.
Yeah.
And the other one I want to see.
That was a big E3 reveal.
What's
Horizon
that?
Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The game. I mean, talk about a beautiful environment.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can get it. That's gonna be once you start playing it, we'll get all into that. But
Mhm.
and the other one I really want to see is The Order 1887. Because again, if you are out there, and by the way, I feel awful if you bought that game at full price.
Sorry.
I am sorry. That I think I got it on PlayStation Store for like $5 on the sale or something.
I got it for less than $10 as well.
Like,
I think we bought it in the same sale.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Great demo. Like that's what I'll say. Like fantastic. Like graphic wise, phenomenal. But I really, really hope that they can make a sequel that just takes everything they had and just expand the fucking shit out of it. Get new guns, get continue on that story, but make it way more in depth, make way more like exploratory type things to do.
Yeah.
Because they can really make a fun game. Like I'm not even gonna like even the Order 1886. That was actually still at times very, very fun to play. Like the combat and
Yeah,
it was fun at times, but I really think they could step it up a little bit. And I really hope they do, but again, I'm still skeptical if they do come out with a second one to be like, we'll see. But yeah, I feel like for sure those 2, and Yeah, that's basically what I got at this point. I've heard things about them wanting to make another Uncharted, but I'm like, no, it's fucking
Uncharted 5,
no. They
A
call
Thieves Ends Beginnings.
beginnings. Fuck. No, they called it a Thieves End in 4. It's over. I'm sorry.
Is that what end means? Not a big words guy.
I don't know, man. A lot of words mean a lot of different things these days, so who knows?
That's true.
The end could technically be. All right, let's wrap this bitch up because I'm not even gonna get into that. Let's wrap it up. Josh, do you have any words of advice
What would I
for
do?
our followers?
All right,
our
yeah, I got one.
listeners?
All right, set me up.
All right. This is still a new segment, so we still gotta like wind the intro up. But Josh, give us some advice. What
would I do?
What would Josh do?
In light of the conversations we've had today, what I would do is I would learn how to plant your own seeds. Because you're going to need to know how to grow your own food when the world ends.
Yikes. Definitely thought that was going to be taking a different route, so I was really getting worried for a sec.
No.
Like planting seeds.
No, dude. Fuck that.
See,
Not
again,
literally.
I don't know if you're coming on with what I'm saying or not by you saying that, so cross-translation.
No,
Yikes.
you got to learn to grow your own food, man. You got to learn how to grow your own food and learn how to sterilize your water. Otherwise, you're not going to make it past the week. You can have all the guns in the world. Not going to happen.
That is some prime advice from Josh. Good old what would Josh do? All right, everybody. Until we meet again, thank you all so much for listening.
I need another drink.
Jesus, all we do on the show is drink.
Well,
I'm starting to get concerned here. We've
I'm
gotten
not.
quite a few episodes in, and all we do is drink. All right, everybody. Till next time. Peace out.
Come on, Jeff.